So Bill is found guilty.
Mm-hmm.
He has what? It's up to about 80 women that are saying that he drugged them and raped them. Now,
Yeah.
I've been on record to say I don't believe all 80 did it, but I'm pretty sure if 80 people said one thing about you, that one of them would be accurate. And
75 of them might be accurate.
Exactly. So, first off, do you believe that he did it?
Where there's smoke, there's fire, brother. I mean, it's hard to get 85 women alive.
Yeah.
You know, with black people, we live in this society where we don't. See, let me explain something to you. I think we talked about this before, but we don't police our own. So therefore, when things like this happen, we're quick to run to say it's a sabotage, it's the government. He wanted to buy NBC, and they just want to destroy his legacy. I'm a believer in you are in control of your legacy. If you are America's dad and you're a black man and you're perceived as America's dad, you can't be giving women drugs to have sex with them. You gotta live damn near a perfect life, like how the Obama presidency was.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot do nothing wrong if you are a black person in power and like exhibiting that power towards America. Because at the end of the day, he was showing black people that you can actually be a father, be in a successful marriage. The mother and the father can be successful. The kids don't have to be bad and they can be successful. That story is very, very taboo in the black community. We don't really have that. So at the end of the day, if you're going to take on that role and benefit from it, you have to live damn near a perfect life. So the point I'm trying to make is the black people don't have to police him. The white people will. He will get convicted in the court of law. But my purpose of saying that is we have to get out that mind state of every black man is innocent.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I'm not here to condemn my people, but I'm not stupid neither. And I don't think like that. You know, with great power comes great responsibility. And a lot of times people think with great power comes no recourse, like no repercussions to their actions. That's what a lot of people, especially black people, think power is. I can do anything lawlessly without having no repercussions because I got money and I got power. And being a black person with power is what America is afraid of. So they're quicker to take that person down.
So, what is to say? I haven't heard too much about his wife, Camille. But as far as I know about her involvement with this, is that it's almost like she's just a ride or die because she can't.
She has to be a ride or die. She has to be a ride or die at this point.
So you believe she knows, and she's just like, all right, I got to ride this out and be a strong woman.
If she knows or not, she's a black woman of that ilk where she stand by her men. She's from the old cloth of black women. So at the end of the day, remember, back in the days, our older black women used to shield our men through a lot of stuff. Every family had an uncle that probably was a pedophile, that probably was a drug addict, that probably was gay. When all of this was taboo, it was the black women that hid that from the family and still let their uncle still be in the family when they were supposed to outcast them. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but is she a woman that, like, is this a good thing? Because I remember this is a big difference between when Beyonce stuck out with Jay-Z when what he went through. It's a big difference.
but
So
they're in
Germany's
their
been
80s.
following Camille?
They're in their 80s. That's the difference. They live their life. They're old. That's all she know. Like, you can't tell her to strip herself of her normal everyday life and what she's accustomed to. That's very hard for an older person to do. That's her normal. Bill Cosby, the life they live, the children they have, the fun, the success, everything. Now, out of all these years, just say for instance, if she's been with him for 40 years, they had 36 years of success and good times and 4 years now of turmoil. She can't leave. That's not a normal for her.
But what about the kids though?
I mean, that's their dad. You don't. I mean, how many men that's in jail right now for murder that their parents, their children still go see them? Like, what you're asking me is, should family turn their back on Bill Cosby? And I say no.
So if that was your dad, you wouldn't?
I wouldn't turn my back on him. No.
Not turn you, but would you? See, I feel that, can she at least speak out and
No, that's not her job. She's not supposed to. That's her husband.
Yeah. I don't know about that one, yo.
I mean, that's your opinion. You're asking me mine. My opinion is her obligation is to her husband, not to the American public.
So what if he was your dad, and let's just play a game. If he was your dad and we're talking right now, and I'm like, yo, your dad, he's wilding out. Like,
and I'm gonna say, I don't want to talk about my father. That's what I would tell you. Like, if you was an interviewer and we was on TV and you asked me about my dad, I would say, I don't want to talk about my dad because that's his situation, and I support my dad and whatever happens from here on out. You can't tell a child to hate their father. That's just virtually the thing that's inside of. Listen to me.
Explain it.
The thing that's inside of us for our parents, that's not something you could just turn off and on if you have a bond with your parents. Like, no matter what your parents do, you can love your mother to death and she could do something wrong. You're not going to just hate her or you're just going to disown her. No. Now, the public and the people and the women he's hurt, yes. That's what family is for, to stick by each other through the darkest hours. I believe that.
No exceptions.
All right, look at Nicki Minaj and her brother. Her brother raped a girl. He's in jail. She stuck by him. She was not supposed to leave him.
But that's
that's not different. He raped a girl.
No, but we were just talking earlier. We was talking about that number 80, and you was like maybe even 75. So it's not just one.
I didn't say 75. I said if they were married for. I said if they was married for 40 years, 35.
No, when we was talking about 80 women came out, and you was talking about the smoke and the fire, and you was like,
yes, I'm not saying he's innocent. I just said I believe he's guilty.
But you're saying with no exceptions.
No, the exception is, let me explain something to you, right? When you're in the court of law, it's on the prosecutor to present their case without a shadow of a doubt. It's not on the families. So what I'm trying to say to you is the prosecutor present their case. They found him guilty, right? He owes a debt to society. He owes whatever he owes to those women. He don't owe that. His family doesn't owe that to society. That's what I'm trying to say. His children, his wife, his loved ones, they don't owe the debt to society. Bill Cosby does. So therefore, they should not have to be scrutinized because of his debt.
All right,
if they choose to be loyal to him, that's what family is about.
All right, so you're saying no exception should they turn on their family.
I don't believe there's no exceptions. You should turn on your family now.
So you're saying even OJ's kids? Let me try to play devil's advocate.
Okay,
OJ's kids.
That's a different situation. He killed their mother.
All right, okay, so there's a slight there may be a few exceptions, but
Everything. Let me explain something to you. There's no two situations alike. There's always a common denominator. There's always that 1 in a million situation. There's always that thing that's different from everything else. So when you say OJ's kids and Bill Cosby's kids mothers are still alive. Bill Cosby didn't commit a crime against nobody in his family. And his kids could be under the assumption that my father didn't touch those women. Just like OJ's kids could say, they didn't prove my father killed my mother. So if his kids decide to ride with him, that's okay. That's the point I'm trying to make. Only family will have that type of love and respect and bond with you, not America. America don't owe him that. And his family don't owe America that. The press, the public, anything. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I guess it's, yeah, I see what you're saying. I
understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that since he's guilty, should they commit him like they did in a court of law? Should his family prosecute him in a court of public opinions like they did in the court of law? And I'm saying no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm thinking more so like with, you know, for example, when these people go out and do all these mass killings,
Okay.
a lot of times we don't focus in on how that affects the family. Like, you know, because if you're let's say you're in a relationship, that person's getting all that heat because you're not saying, look at what happened. Matter of fact, let's use Bernie Madoff. Bernie Madoff, one of his sons killed himself. He was loyal to his dad. I mean, some of his kids separated because of what he did, but one of his kids actually killed himself. And I can see that your loyalty, if you hold in all of that in,
what was the reason why he killed himself?
Why did he kill himself?
Yeah.
Because of, in short, it was because of what his father did to all of these people and the legacy of the last name.
Or could it be he was a trust fund baby and there was no more money left and he didn't know how to live without money? Have you ever thought about that? We see, what you have to understand, the difference between white people and black people, we are raised in hell. We live in hell every day. So hell is normal to us. We know what it is to just eat rice and beans for dinner and peanut butter sandwiches. They don't know that type of hell. So when they are presented with that hell, they go crazy and they kill themselves because now they get a taste of what it feels like to live like a black person, and they can't live like that. That's why they so scared of us, because they say in their mind, how the fuck these people could live like that and survive all these years? They couldn't live like that. So I don't believe it's the guilt of his father. The money is gone. No more private planes, no more big European cars, no more traveling, no more nothing. You cut off, you isolated. Now you probably on welfare or something, and it blows their fucking mind. If you reverse the whole situation, right? Like, say, for instance, if you reverse the status quo and put one whole New York City housing projects, take all the black people and the Hispanic people out, right, and fill it up with white people and take away all their privilege and give them the same jobs them same people live with in those communities, and I guarantee you the suicide rate be high.
Okay.
But going back to Bill Cosby, because this was what I really wanted to touch on. Like I said, when I say we as a people, yes, we can police him as far as, yeah, that was messed up. He did that to those women and he deserved to pay if he did that. So at the end of the day, do I believe Bill Cosby is guilty? Yes, because he has sealed cases. He paid off people, and You got 80 counts.